Hello, happy 7 p.m., people. Before we get started, just a quick few announcements. I will give a shout out to people who are on first. Jonathan Rakenya, honey, good to see you both on. John, I see you on. Quick announcement for people who watch these live streams later. Again, a quick structure of how these live streams work is we will spend the first 5-10 minutes, however long the topic takes. Today's topic is how to deal with negative people. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And then afterwards, we'll transition into more of a Q&A, and I'll read comments live. And for anyone who is on right now, Sage Yukeen, Epic Gamer 123, good to see you on. And I want to let you know that, again, our structure for reading comments, I'm going to try keeping, I'll try to read all the comments live. Yes, Danica, good to see you on. Alrighty, so I want to start off by diving into this topic of today, which is how do you deal with negative people? So this topic comes up for me because I'm sure that you yourself deal with a lot of negative people in your life, because I don't know, in a way we're surrounded by them. So I want to share with you a little bit of a scenario that happened to me today. I was getting gas at the gas station, and I parked. It's Costco gas, which means it's very crowded, and there's a huge line for gas. Everyone's waiting, so I pull up. I'm trying to rush, get in and out, so I could let the next person go. I park, and my tire is slightly over the line. So anyway, I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna pump my gas and then leave. That way, the next person could take my spot. So I'm pumping my gas, and the person who's trying to exit, he rolls down his window and he looks at me and he says, "Nice parking, bro." And then he tries to drive off. So what was funny was, in this moment, he was a bit upset. He was upset at the fact that, my car was slightly in his way. While the reality was he got by my car just fine without me having to repark my car. So I share this because I think, in a way, it's kind of perfect. Like, sometimes people maybe in your life will say these negative things. Maybe it's a little bit passive aggressive, or it has this intention of trying to blame other people or put people down. And what I realized in this moment is that, as humans, many of us, we're all trying to learn how to cope with our frustration. So that gentleman who was like, "Nice parking, bro," like, he was frustrated at the fact that, he had to, like, he thought he couldn't get out because my car was, a little bit off. So, but he got out. The point is, I'm curious to know, and this is where I'm actually going to start reading comments. Um, Share with me. Share with me. I know that, most of you don't have cars because you're students, and but that's okay. Like, my question to you is, where in your life do you, like, what's a situation where people have gotten frustrated at you? And what was the comment? What do they say? I would love to hear, because I feel like these things happen at school all the time. These negative comments, uh, and how about, what I want to hear is there a time, like, I would be curious if you could share with us a time where you were attacked when you weren't really doing anything wrong. You were just being attacked because someone felt like it. I'd love to hear that, if you'd be so kind to share. Yeah. So, yeah, as you are sharing, I want to just comment on this. So I realize, so for myself, I am someone who is still like, hold on, pause. Okay. So someone says something, right? Someone says something very sarcastically to me. And I think a natural human reaction is to react to it. It's to be frustrated back, and, say some negative or snarky remark back. And there's a part of me that's like, come on, man, seriously. So, but luckily for me, I decided to, like, just keep it chill. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But I could see in a way, if I were a more aggressive person, that I would want to kind of snap back at him. Like, yo, like, I'm not even in your way, bro, or whatever it is. And what I realize is when one person starts off being negative and in a way attacks someone else, they might get offended and then attack them back. And then that's how fights start at schools, outside of school, wherever. And what I realize is fights tend to start because there's a lot of this like built up frustration that people have, and they don't know how to kind of diffuse or calm it down. And I think that is a very important skill to develop and learn, is to just learn how to chill out in a way. Oh goodness, this reminds me when I was back in the 5th grade. I will share a story. But before I share that story, I'm going to read Honey's comments right here. Let's see. So Honey says, my friend and me were walking in the hallway, messing with each other, and then he pushed me into this other girl walking, and she yelled at me, and I just walked away like nothing happened. I know I should have said sorry, but I didn't. Oh goodness. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to project. I don't know how she felt, but if that happened to me, depending on my day, maybe I would feel a little bit upset. I'd be like, yeah, what was up with that? How come you didn't say sorry? I'm not calling you out. Hold on. Yeah. So I want to share a quick story. When I was in the 5th grade, there used to be this bully, and this kid was bigger than everyone else at our school. And I remember, like, whenever we would play soccer, this bully, because he's bigger than everyone else, he decided, well, not because he was bigger than everyone else, but he just made a choice to pick on other people. So I remember when we played soccer, he'd always shove people. Like, I remember he would shove me to the ground. And it's very hard to do something about this because he's bigger than all of us. And if someone tries to retaliate, he'll beat them up. And I remember one day, oh man, funny. I remember one day, I got so mad at this person, this bully, that I made this silly, what 5th graders would do. I made this silly agreement where I remember I went to the playground and I poured a bunch of sand on top of the playground step. And I don't know if you know playground steps. Sometimes they have little holes. I don't know. I guess there's just holes. And I'm like, when all the sand blows off of this step, I'm going to punch him or something like that. And I remember that week, it was I think that was on Monday. And the next day I noticed part of the sand blew off. And then on Wednesday, more sand blew off. On Thursday, more sand blew off. And then it got to Friday and all the sand blew off. So it was completely off. And I remember I sat there and I'm like, oh, all the sand is off. I guess it's time to punch this bully. And I just remember hesitating. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I was too chicken to do it. But I mean, I'm happy I didn't. Anyway, I share that with you because I think in a way that sometimes we can have these moments where we have all this kind of frustration or anger or emotions that we feel, and we want to do something about it. And what do you do with that? And what I realize is, going back to the topic of how do we deal with negative people, I think really what has helped me is it's finding ways to cope with that negativity in a positive way. So for example, I think I'm very glad I didn't punch that bully, because I don't think that would have gotten anywhere. If I punched him, guess what? He would have punched me back and things would have gotten worse. So instead, I think what would have been better is to kind of vent it out, talk it out to with a friend. So if I had a friend, I mean, I had friends in 5th grade where I could talk to. I didn't talk to them. I don't remember exactly why. Oh, I think in 5th, I remember I would complain to my friends about him. But I think the smart thing to do, if I were going back to my 5th grade self, I would have talked to my friends like, hey, Jason, like, yo, like, dude, this bully guy, like, he's really annoying, and he's like, yeah, like, friends might agree. And I think for me, I would just be like, I just want to share with you because I just want to get that off my chest. That's all. Like, I think that's number one. I remember in that situation, it was one of those, like, I don't know if I would have confronted him, because I don't know if he was that type of person who would be open to us saying, or like saying, hey, please stop bullying people, because I think he would have continued doing that. So this is a great, perfect example for me, because it's like, this is real life, for me as an adult, my advice would be like, oh, do your best to talk to a bully. But the reality is sometimes that's not the best thing to do, or we don't think that's the best thing to do. Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways to go about it. But I think it is like, when there is bullying going on or someone that's picking on us, I think it's important to do something positively about it, and instead of just letting those emotions fester, and conversations, venting, letting it go, like those negative thoughts, go in a healthy way, I think is very important. So yes, that's what I have there. Yeah, I still have more thoughts, but I'm going to read comments while we're here. Justin says, I tend to be negative sometimes, but I always try to make sure I'm always saying positive things to my coworkers or just people I get along with really well, and enjoy spending time with. Oh, got it. And enjoy spending time with. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good habit to always, like, how do I say this? It's a good habit to always be as positive as we can. And I think the balance there is like, it's not about being fake positive. It's about choosing to be positive. And with the negative emotions we have, I think for me, it's important to release negative emotions in I want to say, like, a healthy way. Like, uh, uh, something that other mentors have taught me is, if you have negative emotions, you don't want it to fester and just linger on for a very long time. Sometimes those negative emotions can last for a very long time. And a trick is to give yourself a time limit. So let's say, whatever, 60 minutes or 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 5 minutes, to, let all those emotions, you talk to a friend, complain about it, vent it all out. And then after a certain amount of time, move forward, like, choose to move forward from it. So that is a strategy, a technique, that I've heard, and I do think that works for some people. It's not always easy to do, though. So that's what I have to say for that one. James Grawl says, I didn't have friends in 5th grade. Thank you for sharing. I think that's okay. And James, I don't know what grade you're in right now, but the cool thing about our lives is that we all have our own unique life experiences, even though sometimes they could seem somewhat similar or quote unquote boring or not that original. But I do think the little things that happen in our lives do kind of give the color of our lives. Like, it makes life more interesting and gives us a different story. Yeah. Let's see. Honey says, sorry, no problem. Let's see. Miss Marquez, what's up? No problem. Yeah, you are all good. Flaming Raptor says, Mr. Quo, it's been a little too long, my friend. How are you, man? Currently procrastinating on my homework assignments, but I'll try to come back. Let's see. I'm doing pretty well overall. I'm excited. I'm grateful for the life that I have. And yeah, like, life is still it's a constant grind to be productive, to do things that are meaningful, fulfilling. But I can't complain. Like, life is really good. So I'm grateful for a lot of different things. And to the second part, procrastinating on homework assignments, but I'll try to come back. What I'm hearing is, if you are still on, I'm encouraging you to hop off and go, focus on your homework, Flaming Raptor. And then if you're done, then you can come back. But chances are you'll still be doing your homework. All right. And that's okay. We'll catch you another time. Honey says, I am only really negative to my little brother. I love him, but geez. My big bro and me are just annoying to each other. My sis and me are tight. Nice. I love it. The sibling dynamics / sibling rivalry. Classic. Justin says, I'm currently chugging balsamic vinegar in the salad bar at Subway. Ugh, that doesn't sound good at all. Honey says, did y'all know that the Crescent City swimming pool is closed till March 25th or something? I'm so mad. At least I was there on Saturday before they closed. March 25th. That's like a month. Alrighty. All right. So I'm going to answer Mr. Marquez's question, and then I'm going to dive a little bit back into the topic of today, which is how do you deal with negative people? Mr. Marquez says, hey, Richard, just wondering, besides this kind of stuff, what other stuff do you do or like to do? What did you study in college? So what do I do? So my life, I've said this several times, but like I try to keep my life pretty simple. I try to wake up at a certain time. I try to do a little like mental prep in the morning, meditate, read a little bit or learn something, set my intentions for the day. Like, what do I want today to be about? Is it about, joy? Is it about freedom? Is it about focus? And then I go to the gym, work out for about an hour, come home, I'll eat breakfast, shower, and then typically the goal is to have a plan for the day to accomplish certain things work-wise. And work is like my official work is my speaking business. So that's booking speaking gigs, going to different middle schools, high schools around the US, mostly California. And besides that, talking with my girl. And, I do enjoy I very much look forward to playing basketball twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. What else? On my free time, I watch videos, a lot of YouTube videos of like, I don't know what to tell you about YouTube videos. Like, it's just a lot of just random stuff that usually centered around understanding humans. I spend a lot of time trying to understand how humans think. And, like, in a way, I would say a lot of my passion revolves around helping people build up their self-esteem. And in doing so, I try to understand how humans think. And it could be self-esteem related, or it could just be humans in general. Think about how the human mind works. And I don't know, that interests me. So that's pretty much what I do. That's my day. What else? I mean, of course I do other things too. Like I'll go hang out, whatever, go out and go eat food and whatever, do random travels and stuff like that too. But that's what I just shared with you is basically what I do on a daily basis. Sometimes I'm speaking, and other days I am just, working and trying to book speaking gigs too. Yeah. All right. So people, I will jump back to comments, but I do want to answer kind of the thought or the question of today, which is how do we deal with negative people? So one thing that's important, like I want you to think about, is there a negative person in your life? And yeah, like who is this negative person? I'm going to think of some that I came across. Negative people. Yeah, I shared with you a brief one earlier today about, someone who just made a very sarcastic, passive aggressive remark at me today. So my general rule, if someone is being negative towards me, my general rule is to not do my best to not give it energy. So if someone leaves a mean comment, on whatever, on YouTube, or they dislike something, or they give me a 1-star review, or they just say mean things to me, or they're not very supportive, they judge what I do, my general rule is to do my best to not give that energy. So if someone is saying something mean to you, or something that if someone says something and it puts you down, then usually I feel like there's two things that get to be worked on. Number one is to not focus on those negative thoughts, not let you know, you suck at that, you suck at soccer, or you suck at school, or you're dumb, or whatever those negative comments are. Number one is to not focus on that. Like, people will just say things because either they're just trying to be bigger than you, or another piece can be that they feel like you're not very good at something because they want to be bigger than you. Something like that. There's other reasons why. But so number one, don't focus so much on it. And then number two is if someone says a negative or nasty comment to you, like I always try to, number two is distance myself away from negative people. Like I don't want to spend my energy around negative people. I would rather spend my energy around people who lift me up and are positive. So that's number two. Number three, if there is something negative that people are saying, negative comments, I take it as a positive challenge. I take it as an opportunity for me to grow myself, to look at what they're saying. Like if someone says, Richard, you suck at making YouTube videos, I'm just making that up. If someone did say that, I'd be like, okay, thank you for the feedback. I don't beat myself up like, oh, I suck, I'm so bad at this. It's more like, okay, someone feels that my videos suck. Why is that? So I question it. What are ways I could improve making YouTube videos? And in a way, another piece is like, I am self-aware enough to know that my YouTube videos aren't the best. Now, if you're on right now, maybe you like my videos for a reason, and that's cool. And for me, I'm not super self-conscious about, my videos and do they suck or not. Maybe there is a piece of me that is, but long story short is ignore the haters. Don't put so much attention to what they say. Surround yourself with positive people and try to learn from it and be a better person from the experience in a positive way as opposed to negative. That's what I have for how to deal with negative people. Now, with that said, I am going back to reading your comments. All right. And again, one thing I'm going to do is I am going to read comments live, and try to keep up with them. All right. So if I skip your comment, forgive me. You could just copy your comment again, and I will try to reread it and answer your questions. Okay. Okay. So all right. All right. Honey says, you haven't even seen me play. I see how it is, Richard. Calling you out. Hold on. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm getting water from my container. That's what I'm doing. Water is life. Alrighty. So I'm gonna start with Justin. Justin Credible says, I agree. I have a problem though. When I have someone be rude to me and say bad stuff and be annoying, it's really hard for me to let go. I focus too much on it. No matter how hard I try, sometimes I can't let go. So Justin, thank you for sharing that. Like that is step one is self-awareness. So if you have a hard time letting go, if someone says something negative to you, it is a practice. And I think in a way, I'm thinking about like middle schoolers, high schools. I know you're not, Justin, but like it's a practice. And the more you just learn, like, hold on. Okay, let's do this. Number one, it's a practice, right? So the more we practice it, the better we're going to get. I think in a way, part of it is just being patient. So if someone's being rude to you and you feel those like that frustration, that anger, uh, one thing is that I was told is instead of reacting, respond. And how you respond instead of react. Reacting is feeling that anger and then lashing out, or that's reacting. Responding is pausing and then choosing how you want to respond. Okay, so you can choose to lash out, or you could choose to breathe and slow down. So if you want to learn how to like let go, again, it takes time, it takes practice, and it's not one of those. In my opinion, I don't think it's something that you could just like, boom, let it go. There probably are tools to support with that, but I think it is a practice. So, for me, if I feel frustrated and have a hard time letting something go after someone says something, my tools that I use is, instead of focusing on me, I focus on the other person. So if someone says something annoying to me, like let's say someone, my brother makes fun of me for whatever, sucking at something, sucking at basketball, I can get really offended. And there's a few thoughts I could think. If my brother is, he's bullying me, he's making fun of me, what I'll try to do is, number one is it's self-awareness, is asking, is this true? And then if it's not true, I'll be like, no, I don't suck at basketball. Then if that's not true, then I could let it go easier. But if it is true that I suck at basketball, then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to, this is the conversation I'll try to do, is like, the point is not to beat myself up over, feeling shame that I suck at basketball. The goal is, okay, I acknowledge that I'm not very good at basketball. What can I do to improve myself? And the goal is to not be so hard on myself. So that's what I would say there. Another technique is what I used in the earlier example, when someone said like, "Hey, nice parking, bro," in a very sarcastic way, is, in that situation, I chose to like look at his perspective, not focus on mine, because honestly, like, yeah, I get it. He's frustrated. I parked over the line and he was frustrated. So I looked at his mind and I'm like, okay, he's feeling frustrated. He probably has a lot of, uh, crap going on in his life right now that, he's not happy with his life. Therefore, he's taking out his frustration on other strangers. This guy never met me before, So I look at that and I empathize. I understand, okay, this guy's going through his own challenges. I forgive him, and I'm not going to put too much energy around it because it's not personal. He's just feeling frustrated. So that's Justin. That's kind of how I deal with it. That's a little thought there. All right. All righty. Let's see here. All right, Miss Marquez says, I'm an ASB. Someone makes a mean comment and I say, thanks for the feedback. If you have any suggestions or changes that you think would help, please come let us know. We are always available. Yo, I love that, Miss Marquez. That's beautiful. There we go. Yeah, if someone says, I agree with that. Well said. Kyle Song says, Mr. Quill, my father has been coming home drunk and very angry. He was recently left off from his job, and he has now resorted to hitting me after school. What should I do? Kyle, I am sorry to hear that. That is, yeah, that sounds challenging. Okay, so let me think about this. Yeah, Kyle, like, I am, again, that sounds very challenging, and I wish I had like a clear answer. I haven't been in that situation, so it's hard for me to say. Yeah. Yeah, Kyle. I wish I could support you with that one. The best I could give you is I would Google search like what to do if you're in this situation, because I don't have answers for that because I've never been in that situation. But I do feel you, and I do hope that you know you choose a Google search or watch YouTube videos on how to deal with abusive fathers or whatever it is, and hopefully that will give you a little bit more information. Alrighty. Justin, you're welcome. Evo Fume says, Richard, what music do you listen to at the moment? So my favorite, like I use the Pandora, like the radio app. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I don't use Spotify. I've just always used Pandora. And my current stations, I currently mostly listen to a Imagine Dragons station and also One Republic. So those are my two main go-tos. Yeah. So, and then when I work out, it's usually a mix of like Imagine Dragons, Eminem, and whatever else. Fort Minor, which is Linkin Park. Yeah, just a mix of like alternative rock songs. So that's me. Easy with the trolley comments. I'm watching. Yeah, I just put I just put Justin on timeout. Yeah. Yeah. It's not always like it's not always easy to read comments and pinpoint. I think having a moderator would be good. Yeah. If anyone's interested in being a moderator, let me know. Yeah. I do know we have we have one moderator right now, which is not online right now. Yeah, let me know. Justin, why do we get trollers? That's a good question. I mean, I think that's a good question. I don't know where trollers come from, but it's all right. It happens. Yeah. Yeah. For moderators, I'm just letting you know, like I'm open to accepting moderators. I do need, if you are interested, I'm number one, I'm going to pick people who are on regularly. And if you haven't participated too much in chat, it's okay. You could still request. I just need to see more like interaction so I understand how you participate. Yeah. That's all. I just want to make sure we vet moderators properly. Yeah. Anyway, yes, another little thought for anyone. This is the first time doing a live stream at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. as opposed to 8 p.m. So an hour earlier. I just want to test it out. I think going forward, I will do live streams at 7:30 p.m. That seems like a good balance for the people who historically came here at 8 p.m. but then also leaving it open for the future. Live streams. Let's see where we want to go here. Live streams Monday. All right. Here is the plan. 10 live stream. Okay. I'm just letting you know the next live stream will be on this Friday, the 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. I will send out a reminder there. Just letting you know. Let's see here. Brian. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Brian, I'm looking through your Spotify playlist right now. Good stuff. I see you. I see you. I see your list. Nice little list you got there. uh, all right. Ask me. So, for anyone who's interested in doing and being moderator, I'm not going to. I'm not going to choose moderators right now. Ask me on a future live stream. Okay. Yeah, but I'm very open to having moderators. Yeah, and thank you for offering. I appreciate that a lot. Hamburglar and anyone else who's asking to be moderators. Yes. Where do I get my haircut? A place in Orange County. Yeah, it's like a Viet hair salon. Alrighty. Justin says, I got a question. It'll be long comment, just heads up. All right, sounds good. How do you get your hair like that? I don't know how to answer that question. You just do. Vincent says, do you have a Discord I could help moderate? We do have a Discord, and I would need to see more. Like, I would need to see more interaction before I make that decision. But yeah, we do have a Discord. It's pretty mild, you know, like we people post once in a while, but moderation wise, it's not too bad. Hamburglar, no thank you. I like cats and dogs. I just taking care of it is another story. It's called more responsibility. Yeah. Alrighty. So that's pretty much all I have for right now. What product do I use? For hair, I use Got to Be. It's like a gel. Got to Be gel. Extreme hold. Yeah. Alrighty. All right, Justin. Justin, I'm gonna give you another warning. If you're gonna keep writing trolley comments, I will mute you again. Let's see. Honey, soon? Question mark? I'll let you know. I'll let you know, honey. Steve says, I use Got to Be Gel Extreme Hold as well. It's like we are destined to eat gelato together. Nice one. All right. How tall am I? I'm 5'11-ish, 5'10.5. Yeah. Let's see here. Neko Neuro says, but when you're dealing with negative people, you just got to be stoic. Yo, I love it. I love that you use that word. My girl's a huge fan of stoicism. Yeah. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the word stoic or stoicism, I'm still like learning and figuring out like the depths of what stoicism is. But for me, stoicism to me is like when something bad happens in our life, a challenge, or there's a negative person who makes a negative comment. Being stoic to me is like stopping and choosing how we want to respond to it. That to me is being stoic. Stoic is like, it's just like, okay, someone said something negative. How do I want to respond? Do I want to live my life being aggressive and punching people in the face? Or do I want to just let it go and not let it bother me? Like, which path do I want to choose? Oh, I want to be calm and not let this affect me. Okay, if I need to be calm and not let this affect me, what do I need to do? I need to breathe. Okay, I breathe. I still feel stressed. What do I need to do? I need to talk it out with a friend or something, or vent, or I need to take a little chill pill and break. Or, hey, in this opportunity, I actually think I could confront the person who's being mean to me and negative and try to address it with that person. So, stoicism to me is it's about choosing your response. That's what that means to me. You let me know what you think what stoicism is. What is up with these questions? All right. I'm going to pass on questions that are a little bit random or I don't know the answer to, aka NFL draft. K-pop love. The answer is yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. Steve says, can you do a live stream where when you grill and show your masterclass? What? I want to see. What? That's so random. All right. Nice. K-pop love. Good memory. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Am I going to come back to Foothill? I hope so. I don't know if Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. When's my brother going to be on again? Well, he's out of the country. He's on a little trip. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of random. It's my brother will be on whenever I visit him on a Wednesday. I don't always visit him, but when I do, we'll try to get him on. It's Swirls. What's up? Yeah, what's going on? That's awesome. It's been a while since we've had New Jersey peeps on, so that's cool. What are my thoughts on McDonald's? These questions, philosophical life questions. I think McDonald's does a really good job business wise. I personally do not eat McDonald's because I try to live a healthier life with less processed foods in this moment. Although, fast food restaurants are delicious, but I try not to eat them. Yeah. Let's see, Vincent. I have not played Fortnite in a while, like several months. Yeah, and I'm trying to like right now I'm in a busy period in regards to work and other priorities, so I probably will not be playing Fortnite in the upcoming few weeks, but maybe in the future. Yeah. K-pop love, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah. I'll just I'm refraining for talking too much, but yeah, there's more details I'll share more details at a future date. All right. It's Roll says at TJ a girl got poisoned from a gummy bear containing marijuana. Ooh, wow. Nekonero says when I'm stoic, it means that I already know that the world is flawed, so things like negative people don't faze me as much. Interesting. Honey, I'm gonna go back and watch that video real quick. Oh goodness. No, I have not tried the MJs. Kaylee says, "Are you speaking at Key Club District Convention again this year?" Kaylee, what's up? Yes, Oh, that reminds me, I have not gotten a response yet from that. So I'll double check. I'm pretty sure I will, but I'm gonna double check with that. Yeah. Vincent Cisneros, thanks for the heads up. Appreciate it. Hamburger says, "Is there a quiz to become a moderator? How should I study for this quiz? What type of content should I expect?" No, there's no quiz. It's more just like a gut feeling. Are you ready? Yeah. Thank you, honey. Yeah. Did I watch Shawshank Redemption? I did watch that. It's been a while. It's been too long, so I don't remember too many details of it. Definitely not ready for kids. Not ready for that. Not ready. Not yeah, just not ready. Alrighty. So that's all I have for this live stream. Keely, what's going on? Good to see you on. So yeah, let me know if you have any more life related questions, like, hey, I have this challenge in life. Help me out here. What are your thoughts on this? What is the purpose of life? Let me know. Let me know if you got that. All right? Yeah. These other thoughts. Justin, I'm hearing you. I read your comments. All right. Got it. I am reading comments right now, which is why I'm not talking. Thoughts that I'm a better person for having those thoughts. Wait. I get other thoughts that I'm a better person for having those thoughts because she is older than me and that she has a husband, I think. And I keep getting all these unnecessary thoughts like I'm not good enough for anyone, I'll never grow as a human, etc. It's almost like my brain is a person of its own and wants to make me feel. By the way, if you do have a long comment like Justin, I think Justin's doing something awesome. I'm guessing like you kind of pre-typed your comment and then you're copying and pasting bits and pieces of it. That's what I'm seeing. Or you're just typing super, super fast, one or the other. Yeah, but that's a good technique for that. Okay. I feel awkward because I want to read Just Incredible. I want to read the rest of your comment. I feel like you haven't finished typing. What do? I don't want to switch topics and read other comments right now. Is the rest of the comment showing? It stopped at my brain is a person of its own and wants to make me fee. Anyway, I think I think that's enough for me to understand the gist of what's going on. So, I want to highlight Justin Credible's comment real quick, and so he's saying that he has a coworker that he feels that he loves, and this coworker is likely married. But anyway, the main thing is that it makes him feel like just this feeling of not being good enough, and like you feel like you have a hard time feeling like someone will like you for who you are. That's what I'm hearing you say. Let me know if that's right or I'm a little bit off, and let me know where I'm off. And then it makes you feel like a bad person that you like this other person who is potentially already married. So okay, that's what I'm hearing. I'm going to go off that. And what I'm going to say is okay, you pretty have the gist of it. Okay, perfect. So I think this is very relevant for even people in school. If you're in middle school, high school, or elementary school, wherever you are, or college, or graduated. So let's just say that let's say you like someone, but they already happen to be in a relationship. And if you feel like that kind of makes you feel bad, like it's okay. Like as a human being, we have feelings and emotions. So if you like someone who's already in a relationship, I don't think that's necessarily like a bad thing or something that you should feel ashamed of. Like we have emotions, if someone's attracted to us, they're attracted to us. And I think in a way it's like it's kind of a common compliment to them. I think that means that this person who's in a relationship is a good person. And if you feel bad, it's like life doesn't always work out the way we want it to. Like, so if we have a crush on someone, it doesn't mean they're going to like us back. And that is unfortunate, but it is the way it is. And that's okay too. If you feel like no one is ever going to like you and you're alone and things like that, I think that is a very natural human emotion to have, especially when we have been single, sometimes for a short period or a long period of time. I myself have felt that very much myself. Wow, that was redundant. But yeah, like I was single for 9 years before meeting my girl. And throughout the whole 9 years, I felt like a loner. Like I remember I saw a picture of like this old crush, and I remember I told her I liked her, or thought she was like really hot and stuff like that. And I remember she messaged me. This is like years after I had a crush on her. She messaged me back and she's like, I know, smiley face. And I'm just like, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, it made me feel in a way that like I'm not good enough, because she's like, "Oh, I know I'm so hot." This is not like this was not like a crush in the way of like, emotionally, like she's this amazing human being. She was just physically attractive, and this was like back in high school. Anyway, she's like, "I know," and anyway, I just remember that little thought, and it made me just feel like, "Oh, I'm not good enough for this girl." But like, point is, what I realize is like, if you feel like you're not good enough for someone, just know that you are. As human beings, we're all equal. None of us are better than other people. Okay, like I'm not better than any of you. None of you are better than me. You know, we might be more skilled at something than other people, but it doesn't make us as a human being better than someone else, vice versa. So, if you feel quote unquote inadequate in any way, then really what that means to me is, one is working on self-compassion, self-love. It's learning to appreciate you for who you are. And like a good little test, if you don't feel like you're good enough, a good test is, say this to yourself. Say, I love you. Say to yourself, I love you, and then your name. I love you, Richard. Or Richard, I love you. And see how you feel. If you feel genuine, like, oh, I love myself. Oh, like, Richard, Richard, I love you. If I say that to myself, Richard, I love you. And if it's genuine, like, oh, I do love myself, then you know that you love yourself, and then you'll know that your self-esteem is decent. But if you say, like, Richard, I love you, and then you hesitate or you feel awkward saying it because you don't believe it, that is a good sign that you don't have like full self-compassion for yourself, which is okay. But I think the goal is to learn how to build up that self-compassion. And it takes time. It takes practice. It's hard. It is hard work. It is a little bit of a life journey to build up that self-compassion and self-love. And it wasn't until like 2019 where I could say, Richard, I love you, and feel this sense of, I actually do love myself. I feel it. I will treat myself to Chipotle sometimes. I'll do things for myself because I love myself. And back then I couldn't do that for myself because I didn't feel lovable. I felt like I was inadequate, not good enough. So anyway, if you feel like you're not good enough for a girl, this is a really, really hard thing to do, but it's a must, which is self-love, self-compassion. So, step by step, build that self-love for yourself. Be patient with yourself. It's a hard journey. It really is. That's my opinion. Like, I'm imagining if I were single right now, I think it would be hard for me, bits and pieces, to love myself. And that's not like the quote unquote right, responsible thing to say, but I think that's the truth, is that it would be hard for myself to love myself if I were by myself. But I would still keep pushing forward. I would still keep pushing forward to do things to love myself more. I would, push myself to do things such as go get myself some Chipotle because I deserve it, or continue going to the gym every single day, or continue eating healthy because, um, I care about myself. Just like it just takes practice. That's what I got. Alrighty. So I hope that's supportive. Let me know other thoughts. Alrighty. Honey says, sorry I had to do this. I love myself even though I look like a burnt chicken nugget. I still love myself. Vine. Nice. Neko Neuro says, yeah, go for it. Go ahead and suggest a topic for the next stream. Love to hear it. True love is a quite mystery. Quite a